As I listen to Meghan and Harry, some of my feelings are that each side is asking for recognition of respect, respect for how we're feeling. I feel Harry is asking for his family to respect that he didn't have a specific role in the family. He was the spare to be king. He was not in line to be king. And so he had a lot more options, and his role in the family was a lot more nebulous. He didn't have specific things he needed to do. He was in a supportive role, and it really wasn't enough. If you look at that family, lots of people who have supportive roles get into trouble. Take Andrew. Andrew had a lot of power, a lot of things he could have done with his life, and he ended up following Jeffrey Epstein and becoming a pedophile, engaging in parties. As an old man, he was running around chasing children and having sex around the world. With that kind of power, how many great things could he have done? So you have to give guidance to every family member. Every family member is special. And you can't just focus on the oldest child and say this one is geared to do this and the rest of you just stand by. William's going to have the same problem with his children. He has one, George, that they're grooming to be a future king, but he has other children. He may even end up with more than two, but he has at least two that are going to be spares. How is he going to help them in their lives? How is he going to help them find fulfillment? You don't want to keep casting out your family members. This is a very, very small family. This family is based on bloodline, so you can't just adopt other people in. The commoners who come in are always mistreated. Kate came in. She dated William for 10 years before he felt she was up to par to be a future queen. And she's been married for 10 years. She's trained. She is well indoctrinated in the family. She knows what her role is. She's been trained and told over and over again, you can do this, you can't do that. She knows her role. And so for the others that are coming behind her, including Meghan, there is a duty almost to help train these people in what they can and can't do when they come into this small family group. They have rules. They have rituals. They have things they do regularly every year. The church service, the observance of the band, the observance of the soldiers, the observance of, all kinds of holidays. They do these regularly. And so each person has to know their role and why they are standing on the podium. I see more and more kids, too, on that podium. I always wonder, whose kids are those? But they have lots of people who want a role. You're going to have Beatrice and Eugenie. What's their role? What are they going to be doing? So Harry is asking for help. Harry is reaching out to people who are willing to help him. He found Meghan. Meghan, different race, but she was able to help him. She was able to hold out her hand and help Harry. Some people resent her. They say, well, she was an actress, job that did not get much respect. But she was there. When Harry needed help, she was there. And for that, the family should be grateful. Harry could have been suicidal. Harry could have been like Andrew. Harry could have been a statistic. But he found somebody. That person didn't come in the form you wanted that person to come in. She didn't come in the color you wanted her to come in. She didn't have the job you wanted her to have. She didn't have the bloodline you wanted her to have. She had this wacky family that just wanted to cause problems. So there were lots of problems that you saw with Meghan. But she saved your son. She saved your brother. She saved your cousin. However you're related to Harry, he's a much better person now that he has somebody who is supporting him and who is helping him find his role in the world. This is not the time to cut him off. This is not the time to say, you're totally on your own. I understand that the British people may not want their money flowing to Harry, who is currently not living in Britain, but living in Southern California in the United States. But that doesn't mean he's going to be out of Britain forever. That doesn't mean that while he's finding himself and he's becoming stronger and he's becoming more familiar with his own role and his own life path, that you can't support him and let him know that this family is not fickle. You don't want to be the fickle family of fate. Oh, I just had to say that. You want to know wherever your path leads you, we're going to stand behind you. We have your back. You can count on us. Sometime in the future, you may cross that line, but that line is pretty far out because we've seen the family save people who went way far out, like Andrew. So we know the family can rally around the lost sheep and help them find their own life path. And eventually, as we all know, you don't have to be royal to know this. Most people come back to their family. In your 30s, your 40s, your 50s. You may wander around the world. You may do all kinds of things. But for most people, as they get to their core, they revert more back to their childhood experiences, to their basic teachings, and they end up going back closer and closer to their core family. Family is so essential. Now that we have the internet and all kinds of things that help confirm these ideas of family, of needing to have validation, of needing support, this is not the time for families to abandon family members. This is a time to say, you are different. You found a friend, a partner, who is different than us. But we're going to welcome this person. And hopefully she will support us. Hopefully she won't continue airing our dirty laundry in the media. The royal family has enough media attention. The last thing they need is more. I feel meetings, sit-down dinners, where both sides get to air their feelings freely, without criticism, without banishment, without the fear of being banished from the family, and say, what is going on? Why are they feeling left out or unfit or abandoned? I think it can come to a good resolution, but it's going to take that openness, and it might take somebody coming in to act as the mediator. The Queen doesn't want to be bothered with these issues. The Queen has held this royal family together for so many years. These are her years. She wants to sit back, look at her family, smile, enjoy everybody, and say it's been a good ride. Charles is going to be next. He's going to be the next leader. How is he going to handle these issues in the future and currently? I admired Charles for walking Meghan down the aisle. Meghan's father abandoned her. She was really hurt. At a time when she needed help, Charles reached out and said, I'll walk you down the aisle. I'll bring you into the family. That's basically what he was doing. This is not a time to turn on Charles. This is not a time to turn on or abandon William. He needs Harry. William really needs Harry. William really, really needs Harry. And I'm sure they'll meet back up, resolve their problems, and move on into a great future. But sometimes ego can sit in the way and prevent you from doing the things necessary to heal old wounds, to resolve problems and move forward. I hope they don't have that problem. But I see in the future that William and Harry will make a path so that they'll both have great lives and great future experiences. William's going to have many friends throughout Britain, but we all know friends will abandon you much faster than a family member. Now again, we all know we don't choose our family members. They're born. But in the royal family, being born a family member is it. That's the major thing. In my family, we don't stress our bloodline. We're family, we are blood, but that's not what we focus on. In the royal family, that is the focus. So there is a stronger bond in the royal family between William, Harry, and the other relatives than there are in most families.